Evening, everybody. Hope you had a good weekend. Talking with a student the other day, and they were trying to tell me this story about how they'd lost their wallet. And I was like, it sort of took a long time to get a short message across. And I've always said to students that being able to tell a story in not just an interesting way, but just being able to get your point across using correct verbs that aren't usually used. I left my wallet here, or I dropped my wallet, or it fell out of my bag. All these phrasal verbs that when you tell a story, and a lot of the verbs, they just don't know how to use them properly. Another part of it is the grammar, where students will have to use the narrative forms, the past continuous, past perfect, past simple. And it's great for them because they learn it all in their books, and to be able to use it naturally is something that really blows their mind, because if you give them a worksheet of past perfect, they'll probably be able to fill it out, but being able to use it correctly is pretty difficult. But it's such good practice to be able to do that. And I recommend for students writing a story, not just a diary. A diary is more like, yesterday I went to the shop, I bought some milk, I went home, things like that. Diaries become very sequential, where they're just one after the other, and you're just using past simple, right? Telling a story will get more in depth with these verb tenses that I talked about. And to be able to do that with writing lets the student think a lot, and I'm being able to correct it as well. You get these corrections of, I should have used this differently, and then being able to use it properly when they speak. It really excites the student, because it's such a struggle for them compared to just, question answer. What did you do today? I went to school. How was it? It was good. These types of conversations are very simple, but these longer sentences, these longer stories can really improve a student's ability, not just writing, but also listening, and all the four key areas. So what I do recommend doing is to write, have a teacher correct it, and then try to tell the story again. Not word for word, but just try to express it again. And it's about this controlled practice that a lot of students don't like. They just think, I'm going to go and talk to someone and I'll get better. But unless it's controlled and you're using vocabulary and you're using grammar properly, then you're going to take a long time to get better. So I have courses that you can join. Google Classroom, I will set some assignments, I set some writing tasks, and the student can then write, and then I can correct it, usually with the student. I don't really like writing, letting the student write, and then I correct it and then give it back to them. And they look at it and think, what's the mistakes? You've really got to sit down with the student and explain and go through them. Let them try and guess what the changes could be. So basically, I assign the student a writing task. The student thinks, the student writes about it, and then we check it together online, and then I organize group discussions for these students to practice like that. So story writing is very, very useful. So good luck with it. Let me know if you want me to check your writing for you. Peace.